Just adjusting my camera angle. I'm always so ready, aren't I, for these lives? Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Reconnect TV. This is the first one this year after the Christmas break, so I hope you've all had a really, really good time. You're feeling refreshed and that you're ready for 2020. So if you're joining me live for the first time, if you can put hashtag live and hashtag newbie. If you're joining me on replay, put replay. If you want to let me know where you are in the world, that'd be great, because I seem to pick up people from all over the place, which is marvellous. But I'd just like to know a little bit more about you, see if I can help you in any way. And yeah, if you've got any comments, obviously do put them in the comment box. Last couple of times I haven't quite seen comments as I've been live, but I always get back and answer them after the fact. So if you've got any questions about anything I'm going to share with you today, then do let me know. For those of you who have not joined me before, my name is Faye Semple and I am the spiritual geomancer to female entrepreneurs, leaders and change makers. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with what geomancy does, it's the start of a new year. I've picked up loads of new friends, loads of new people, loads of new contacts. I'll just give you a little, very quick blurb on what geomancy is. So basically, it is using the, basically, it's a means of accessing hidden knowledge and energy within using a variety of tools. So try again, Faye. Geomancy is the art of using, if you like, various tools to access the universal mind, source, God, hidden knowledge, whatever you wish to call it, by connecting to the energy of the earth. So we use a variety of tools to do so. So it's basically, it's an ancient practice of manifestation and alignment. It allows us to live in alignment with the natural orders and cycles of the cosmos and manifest to our needs. It's all cultures have some ancient form of geomancy within them. So it's an ancient practice, as I say. It predates Feng Shui. Feng Shui, if you like, came out of geomancy in the Eastern tradition. And in the Mayan tradition, we can see the Mayan temples and pyramids. We can see those actually pyramids all around the world. They're all a form of geomancy, as in they helped us to connect to the natural order and cycles within the earth, and they help us manifest health, wealth, abundance, crops. They were at a time when the world was different, but we can use geomancy equally nowadays within modern life to manifest health, wealth, abundance within our lives and within our business. So it's still very, very relevant today. We work with your body, with your energy, circadian rhythms, and the energy of the cosmos. So what I wanted to talk about today is about really connecting to the earth and these orders and cycles of time, and how we can unlock energy within ourselves, within our home, within our business, to make us magnetic to the lives that we desire, to the abundance, to health, everything that we want. You know, if you've hit 2020 thinking, God, I don't want another year like last year or the year before, I'm stuck in this dead-end job, I've got a boss that cripples me and I come home emotionally and I'm drained every night, all I want to do is fall asleep, I'm not earning enough money, I'm not getting to travel, I'm not getting enough time to spend with my family, doing the things that I love. And if you're ready for change, you know, drop me a DM. I run a 12-month program for women to actually teach you all the basic, quite advanced geomantic techniques, so you can tap into this divine feminine energy on a mental, physical and spiritual way. You can embody it, and it enables you to attract all the good things in life. So connecting to the energy of the earth. The earth obviously is not an isolated blob floating around in nothingness. She is a planet in our solar system, on the arm of the Milky Way, this edge of the arm of the Milky Way galaxy, in this huge universe. So she herself is impacted by cosmic energies, and then we are in turn as we live on Earth. So within this energy, we have natural cycles and order, don't we? We see that in nature: spring, summer, autumn, winter, growth, flowering, harvesting, decay, growth, flowering, harvesting, decay. It's a natural cycle. We ourselves go through that process in our own life cycle. We're young, we blossom, we reproduce, we get old, and then that's the end of it. So, and we do that, hopefully we do that cycle, we reincarnate, and we do that cycle again and again and again. And with our business, we have those cycles. Within our relationships, we have those cycles. So working with those cycles is a really useful habit to get into. So within those cycles, there are really pertinent times to access that energy, to make changes so you can unlock energy in your environment, and so you can release yourself from the burdens and the disappointments and the hurts that you no longer want to carry forward, from the habits, from the limiting beliefs, from the emotional and energetic baggage that you may be carrying in your body, around your DNA, all sorts of things. So there's lots of pertinent times throughout the year. The full moons and the new moons and the eclipses, the equinoxes are really, really important times. So the full moon, as I say, is a clear time and are eclipses. And in the northern hemisphere, it doesn't matter where you are, tomorrow or Saturday, depending on what hemisphere you are in, but in the northern hemisphere tomorrow, it is the full moon lunar eclipse. Slightly different time, I think. If you're in the southern hemisphere, I'd have to look it up. But tomorrow is the full moon lunar eclipse in Cancer. So it's in the house of Cancer. Now, if you want to go more in depth into your houses, you have to know your moon rising sign. So that will tell you particularly what area of life you're going to be touched in. So it might be in health, it might be in wealth, it might be in finances, it might be in self-confidence, it might be in appearance. So somewhere in your life tomorrow, those particular buttons are going to be pushed. For instance, I know the time I was born, my rising sign, which is where your moon is in your astrology chart, I'm in Sagittarius. So tomorrow, with the moon being in Cancer, that hits my 8th house. And that is all for me. Tomorrow is all about finances, joint finances, my money, other people's money, and how they're all intertwined. So that has repercussions, if you like, an energy repercussion for my business, for me and my clients. And because I'm in the latter stages of divorce and in the process of financially disclosing, it has repercussions, the energy within that divorce. So what I want to concentrate on personally tomorrow in my full moon ritual would be releasing and forgiving energy blocks. But we're going to go into that now. So why is the full moon so important? Well, full moon has particular effects on our brain chemistry, which we're not going to talk about today. But it is a time energetically for forgiveness and letting go. So if you're carrying things in from last year that you really need to be letting go of, now at the full moon is the time to do so. It's a time to think about all those habits that you have mentally, emotionally, physically. So do you get enough exercise? So do you want to let go of the old you that didn't exercise enough? Do you want to let go of the old you that's still harbouring resentments and hurts that are preventing you from moving forward? Do you want to let go of the old you that isn't organised and isn't planned and isn't productive, so that you're not capitalising on your time and making the most of your opportunities and bringing in the things in your life that you do want? Change isn't necessarily easy, and sitting there wishing that our life is different, wishing that we had all that money is not going to get you there. It's about having clear goals, which we always set at the new moon, and actionable steps to get us there, and working with the full moon and releasing all those habits and things that aren't serving you is a really nice habit to get into, because the new moon and the full moon happens every single month. So it's already in your diary. That's the cosmos. You know, the moon will be full every month. There will be a new moon every month. The sun rises every morning. We will get to the longest and shortest day. So there's already these natural orders and cycles which you can capitalise on. So the full moon, as I say, is all about forgiveness and releasing. And I will be doing a full moon ceremony tomorrow live in my group, Divine Feminine CEOs. That will be at 12 noon. And you don't have to do it live, but I'll be talking about the things that I write out, the things that I burn in my burning ceremony. So I'll be doing that tomorrow live. If you want to join me in my group, Divine Feminine CEOs, obviously you'll have to join the group, but I'll put a link below when I finish the live. So the full moon, as I say, yeah, it's all about forgiveness. It's about forgiveness. It's about forgiving other people, forgiving yourself for your past mistakes. It's about not carrying things forward. Brain chemistry at the time is, depending on where the moon is in the sign of Cancer, but it's all wrapped up in helping us to release, let go and move forward. And this being the first full moon of the new year It's a really good time to think about all the things you want to let go of, all the things that might be hindering your progress, all the poor mental habits that could be preventing you from moving forward. And it's a time to write those out, which we'll be doing tomorrow, writing the people you want to forgive, things that you want to let go of, as I say, all those kind of things. Now, why the full moon is great, but this full moon is particularly powerful because we have an eclipse. Now, as a geomancer, as I say, I work with earth energy, and there are flows and forms of energy all over the landscape. Some of you may have heard of energy lays, you may know them as ley lines. Some of you may be familiar with things like grids. There are also toroids, there are also what we call dragon lines that are a bit more fluid. There are many, many forms of energy over the landscape, and I'm very fortunate that I see them 3D in the real world and always have done ever since I was a child. Not quite got to the bottom of why, but I see things that are normally beyond the human visible spectrum. So I seem to see things that other people can't. They're real to me, so I'll pick up different light spectrum or whatever it may be. But they're very real to me. Now, what happens is on a solar eclipse, for instance, all those energy lines completely, for that moment, just shut down and disappear completely. And then once the solar eclipse is over, they all pop back up again. It's like a factory reset. Now, in essence, the same thing happens at a lunar eclipse as well, just not quite to the same extent, if that makes sense. So if you imagine you have, think of the router, your Wi-Fi router. Now, if you've got a particular router, like you can either, the solar eclipse is like turning off at the plug, allowing all the power to drain out, and then you reboot. That has a different effect than just turning the switch on and off. So the lunar eclipse is like just turning the switch off for a minute and then turning the power back on. So the structure is all still there, but it's just not firing up. Now, what that means, and it's the same thing, it happens to us, it's at that moment when we decide, do we want to come back as what we were, or do we want to change our reality? Do we want to step into the quantum field, if you like, and create a new reality? Do we want to be something different tomorrow? Do we want to do something different? And that involves making little changes, changing little actions. So there are quantum opportunities around us all the time. If we get up and do the same things day in, day out, and then expect change, as Einstein says, doing the same thing again and again and again, expecting different results, it's not going to happen, is it? So you can take these opportunities of things like lunar eclipses, when all the energy around you in the world, in your home, in your business, in you, for a split second, stops. Now, what do you want to come back with? Do you want to come back being, you'll still retain your, the essence of you. But if the you is not getting what you want, then you need to break the habit of being you. You need to become somebody different. And eclipses are a marvellous way of letting go, particularly when they correspond to the new moon. So we can not only forgive, like we'd ordinarily do at the full moon. The full moon is all about forgiving, letting go, releasing. It is anyway. But when you've got a lunar eclipse, when that energy stops for a moment, that's a double whammy. It's a double opportunity to let go of all the things that you don't want to carry into 2020, of all those unserving habits, all those hurts and wounds that you may still be carrying. It's a time to really write those out. Get rid of the anger, get rid of the pain, and concentrate on the forgiveness. Whatever happened in your life, whoever has hurt you, they have only done so. It's more about them than it is about you. It was about them keeping control. It was about them trying to function through their hurts and their wounds. Most people are fairly damaged, self-absorbed individuals in many respects. We all want to be the best that we can be in our core, in essence, although we want to serve other people. We want to do it because it makes us feel good. So in essence, we're all selfish, but there's nothing wrong with that because we're on our soul's path to develop. So the lunar eclipse corresponding with the full moon is a really, really powerful time energetically for you to concentrate on that release. Now, the night before the full moon, I always do a little bit of going outside, looking at the moon, even if I can't see her, even if it's cloudy. The energy is still there. The energy in the landscape changes. And I personally, I say out loud things that I want to get rid of. I state them, I write them down and I state them. That, for instance, you might write down, in 2020, I am ready to release scarcity. In 2020, I want to release struggle. The things that you want to let go of, overwork, feeling undervalued, poor self-worth. It's a time to release all those things. So I actually go out and I say them out loud, because sound is an energy. When I say them out loud, I'm releasing the energy or thoughts that I have held within my body, and it is leaving my body as sound, because everything is vibration. Everything is energy. Energy is vibration. Sound is vibration. So I say it out. On the full moon, which is Friday, I actually do a little full moon forgiveness ceremony with a fire pit, which I'll be describing tomorrow in my group Divine Feminine CEOs, because I'm not doing it in the evening live, but I'll be doing it in the day and describing what you can do. And then on the night after the full moon, I actually go out, because the full moon is relatively full for 3 nights, the middle night being when it's optimally full, no room for manoeuvre, but the nights other side, it's as good as full within like a fraction. And then on the night after, I always go again and reaffirm what I want to release and what I want to let go of. So this is about unlocking, making room. So the other good thing about eclipses is it's a good time, and at full moons anytime, but it's also a really good time to physically release stuff from your environment that you don't want. So in terms of energy in the home, it's a really good time to declutter. Geomancy, like feng shui if you like, is obsessed with decluttering, and because it helps the energy flow. So at this time, for instance, think about what you're welcoming into your life. So if you're not attracting the stuff that you want, one of the first steps, similar to feng shui, is to look at the entrance to your home. What are you welcoming in? What does your front door and hall and entrance area look like? Is it cluttered with shoes, coats, muddy boots, stuff that you take into the recycling? Do you have things stacked in your hall that mean you're blocking out energy from coming in? You're blocking new things from coming into your life. So this full moon and solar eclipse is a really good time to have a bit of a clear out in those areas. And similarly, the wealth corner in your house, this is a feng shui thing, but I do like to work with this one. The southeast corner is your wealth corner, if you like, that we work on. I also work on that because I just like to have an area in my home that is symbolic, if you like, of the wealth that I attract and the abundance that I attract into my life. So the southeast corner is a corner of your home that you may want to give it attention. So I write a big check out to myself and put it in my southeastern corner on the eclipses of the income I want to earn in the next quarter or in the next year, whatever goal I am working on this particular month. So I set my affirmations in the new moon at the end of last month, and now I will be assessing, if you like, at the full moon, how I am getting on towards those. Am I on track? Am I behind? And it's a time for me to forgive myself for saying, well, I didn't quite do that right, or I didn't quite do this right, or I didn't put enough energy into that. And it's time for me to forgive myself and say, right, so now you know what you need to do next month. So I hope you found that helpful. I haven't got any comments, nothing's flashed up, and it's not been working quite right for me for weeks. So if you have got any comments to say, do put them in the comments box. I hope you found that helpful. So think about what you want to, so the tip is, think about what you want to let go mentally, emotionally and physically for the full moon, because the eclipse is a chance to really reset. Now it might be that you want to write out all the things you want to forgive, all the people, all the things you want to let go of in your life that are negative, that are bringing you down. It might be that you want to clear out your hall and entrance area, and you also may want to concentrate on the southeast corner of your house, because that is your wealth corner. If you happen to have a toilet or bathroom, because in feng shui that's sort of like water is a way of releasing stuff, so long as it's clean and tidy, and keep your toilet lid down, I mean that's hygienic anyway, isn't it, at the end of the day, you'll be fine. But I wouldn't have it as an area where you've just got, like, I don't know, a dumping ground, or where you just store things without thinking about it. So hope you found that helpful. I hope if you want to join me for my full moon ceremony tomorrow in my group, Divine Feminine CEOs, the link will be below. So please feel free to join the group. Hope to see you there. Oh, thank you, Desiree. Oh, found it helpful. Good. I'm glad it was useful information. So yeah, it really is worth capitalising on this full moon and this eclipse. The astrology of 2020 means we've got planetary conjunctions that don't happen only every, I think, 30 something years. I think it is, from memory. Don't know why my memory's not been good this week. I think I'm still recovering from the Christmas break of not actually doing anything, which was brilliant. And it's a real, look at me waving my pen like a school mom. So it's a great time to capitalise on this energy. 2020 is the year for manifesting your dreams. The numerology, the planetary alignments, the energy that is coming in from the cosmos is absolutely astronomical. Some of us may have to work harder than others. Some of us may find it easier. But, you know, that's life. So in the terms of geomancy, this full moon and solar eclipse is a really good time to unlock the energy in you, your home and your environment, so you become magnetic to all the things that you want. So take care. And for those of you joining me in my group, I'll see you tomorrow, and if not, I will see you live next week for Reconnect TV here on my business page. See you soon then. Have a good time. Bye.